Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the J&D Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Darian.
And I'm Jason.
And we have a pretty good show for you guys today. We're going to start out with IU football. They lost to Maryland.
Terribly.
Did you watch that game?
Parts of it, but I felt like once you watched the first 5 minutes, you didn't need to watch the rest of it.
Yeah.
It was rough. It was a bad game. It was IU football and just everything you hate to see in the team.
You know, it's good to know that we're not a football state. You know, I could take a little bit of pride in that. We made Tua like Tua's little brother look like
Talia.
Look like the Heisman front runner apparently, and apparently Brendan played better than Taven. So, do you think there's a little bit of quarterback controversy?
I mean, at this point, I don't care which quarterback is better. I'm not going to blame either one of them. I think they're both fine. I mean, the problem was our offensive coordinator, Walt Bell, who, thank goodness, got fired over the weekend. So maybe that helps put the team in the right direction. But
Hopefully.
I still don't know how it's going to go. We replaced him with our quality control coach, which I don't know how good of a job he can be doing because our quality is not great. So
our quality is not great.
Well, he's the quality control coach.
What do you mean by the quality is not great, though?
Look at our team. Where is their quality except for Jalen Lucas?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, hopefully it can push us in the right direction. Clearly, the old offensive coordinator wasn't getting it done for us. So,
no, sir.
Hopefully we can start getting some wins. But, yeah, that was a bad game by IU football.
Yeah, I don't think I will ever come back to that one.
IU men's soccer ties against Michigan. Disappointing.
These boys cannot score a goal to save their life.
They can't. They couldn't even if they tried.
It's unbelievable.
0-0.
It sucks. I mean, they're not losing terribly, but they're not winning.
They're not winning, yeah.
This season is right about to be over, I'd say, for them. I mean, they do not look like one of the best teams of all time,
They don't.
Decorated program. Something like that. It's like the Duke of the past couple of years,
Wow.
Something just seems off. Maybe that's our coach. Maybe Yeagley needs to go. I don't know. We have a lot of talent, and we're still managing just 0-0 games. We cannot put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah. You and I said a couple episodes ago that if they wanted to get it going and maybe make a run, that they would have to do it right about now. So it's pretty heartbreaking to see us tie. And even 0-0, we talked about, we don't like 0-0 ties. We could take a 1-1 tie. That's a moral victory, I guess. But, to say that you didn't score at all is, that's not good. I think it's just wrap it up. Get ready for next season. Try to build some camaraderie around the team, build some teamwork, and, try to look for positive going into the next season for me.
Yeah, you're done with them. I have this one little sliver of hope left, but...
One little sliver? What is a sliver of hope?
I'm not fully giving up on them. I feel like I won't fully give up on them till they're 20 games, not 20 games, but clearly they're not even winning games. Maybe they figure something out. I heard that they might be doing some walk-on action, so maybe that inspires the boys, rallies the troops type of thing. But,
you going to go out? You going to go out and try out?
Maybe.
Walk on, man.
Those boys should watch my intramural runs. I could be a big assistance to this team.
I'm telling you, man.
They have no idea.
You're the Mbappe of the intramural league, man. I'm telling you. But, yeah.
Yes, sir.
It is a sad day on the podcast because the women's finally lost. We lose to Ohio State, and then we tie against Minnesota. So, back-to-back heartbreakers. Well, the tie's not that bad, but to lose,
the game against Ohio State, fraudulent. I'm just going to put that out there right now.
Fraudulent?
They scored one of their goals. Clear foul should have been called. Their attacker pulled down our defender. Nothing gets called. They get given that goal. We ended up managing to score one goal towards the end, but it should have been a 1-1 game at least.
Yeah.
And we got screwed, so...
Yeah, we got cheated. I'm definitely calling fraud, too. I think their scandal needs to be opened up into the NCAA refereeing because that definitely was a foul, for sure.
Yeah, I did not like the officiating there. It was bad. Ohio State paid the refs.
It's okay. They don't want to see us winning. They see that
I
football
know.
is doing terrible. They see men's soccer is doing underwhelming. They said we can't have the women's going crazy. Maybe even they're listening to the podcast.
They're trying to put this entire university down.
They really are, man. Like, they're finding ways, too. Because, like, yeah, that's a heartbreaking L, though. You know, but I still root for our ladies. I think we're still a great team.
Yeah. And
we're
then
still one of the top teams.
Yeah, and then they come back home. They draw to to Minnesota.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't the most exciting game. It was another 0-0 draw, but, you know, it was more exciting, although this is like the second or third game where the girls have had like 17 fouls, but not a card.
Yeah.
Part of that's due to a lot of them not being fouls and the ref just blowing his whistle because he wants to, it feels like. But this team plays hard, I guess. I love to see it.
Hey, ref, a little bit of advice. You might want to get that whistle out of your mouth, buddy. Let them play. You know, it's a contact sport.
Let the kids play.
Yeah, let them play. Just let them go out there and, rough it up a little bit.
We were moments away from a game-winning goal, literally the last 5 seconds. If there were 15 seconds more on the clock just to give them a couple more seconds to cook, I think we win that game. It's just really unfortunate. But little funny happenings during the game.
Yeah.
Our coach is serving a 1-match suspension, I believe. So he's not allowed to be on the bench or anything like that. And I'm pretty sure he's not even supposed to be in the stadium.
Yeah.
But the student section, we are right next to like where the offices are and like coaches' offices.
Yeah.
You can hear him yelling from like the balcony of that. And whenever the refs look around, like he like goes back into the office. And we're like, there's no way he's not going to get caught.
Yeah.
So with like 20 minutes left in the second half, the refs like come over to us and are like saying, where's the coach? Because, like, the linesman saying, like, oh, I see him. Like, they were definitely on to his antics.
Yeah, I mean, he really didn't try to hide that he was there. You know, he said, this is my house. You know, you guys won't have to kick me out here.
It was funny. Because then after they do that, I don't know what happened. I was not informed. None of us were. But he just decides to walk down and joins the bench. Like, if he's serving a suspension and he just decides to ignore it, then that's a no-no, clearly, but
yeah, it's bossy.
I'm really interested to see what actually happened. Maybe he wasn't suspended and something happened, but, you know, it was a very interesting saga and otherwise pretty dull game.
Yeah, that is always crazy, you know, if you're not supposed to be there. You know, him kind of just flexing his muscles, I guess, and staying. Because, I mean, were they really going to kick him out, though? Really?
That's my boss.
Yeah, I mean, of course, they're trying to act like, oh, yeah, we're going to do our job. But they were never going to kick him out anyways.
No, he runs this place.
Yeah, he does. But get on to some college. Alabama basically beat down Mississippi State.
Hey, I'm not going to say I called it, but I'm definitely not surprised.
You definitely called it. I give you that.
I just know ball. That's all I'm going to say.
You just know ball? Yeah.
No, but this was expected. I thought that it's not surprising at all. Bama's getting back to their ways. You know, they're not going to be a top 4, top 6 team this season, but they're not going to be as meddling as we've seen them be for most of the season.
Yeah.
They're, you know, Alabama. It's Nick Saban, you know.
Yeah. They're not going to be terrible. Probably some of the positives I've seen from Jalen since he first started. Since probably the beginning of the season, he looked pretty decent yesterday. Yeah, you know they did what they should, what the old Alabama would have done and beat down an inferior team. So yeah, it's good to kind of see them getting back to that. You know, running the football really well. I think now, like we talked about a couple podcasts ago, that you know we think Nick Saban's gonna get back to running the football and playing defense the old Alabama way.
The Alabama way.
The old Alabama way before they started getting into the air attack. Like, you know, which is good to see because it's winning football. You know, like they always say,
clearly
a couple of things that transfer in any weather: running the football and defense. So you know, if they can get to that, they can get that rolling. I think that'd be scary.
All right, Coach Darian.
I mean,
let's see you be out on the field. Tom Allen gets fired.
I thought about it. I ain't gonna lie. Let me out there, man. I'm telling you, I'll have our offense going crazy. I'll be drawing it up, man. I'm telling you, in the dirt. Just like, come on, guys. Everybody put input in. I'm telling you, for real. But yeah, Georgia pulls out a close game against Auburn. I even said this game is gonna be pretty competitive because Auburn never just goes down.
Yeah,
they always go down fighting.
Yeah, when I was looking at the slate, you know, trying to think of like different games that'll be interesting. This one caught my eyes. Like, Auburn's one of those teams that likes to put up a fight, regardless if they're ranked or not. Yeah. They always gave Bama the works.
They did.
But, I mean, you could say, oh, maybe that's just because they're rivals, and that always happens with rivalry games. But they showed it again. They are a team that is not fun to play. Yeah. Almost come out with the dub against Georgia, you know.
It was tied going into the fourth.
Yeah. They didn't get the job done at the end, but Georgia is starting to look pretty beatable, I'd say, at this point.
They are to me, too.
This is the second straight game, I think, or second in 3 games where they've been pushed to their limits, it feels like. So
by very teams, too.
Well, every team, in theory, should be inferior to
but,
them.
like, I love South Carolina, but that game should have been close.
Yeah.
We should have been winning that game. And this game should have been close. It kind of should have been a blowout from start to finish. But, they're definitely looking beatable for sure.
So I don't know what that means for their national title odds.
I don't know. I think they're still the top team. I think they're still, of course, they're still the team to beat because they're the reigning national champions. But, right now, I think Oregon looks really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think, of course, Michigan looks really good as well. I think they can have some competition.
They definitely will.
They'll have some competition going. It won't be an easy run like it was.
It's not locked in as it was last year.
It wasn't. But
although Brock Bowers is looking insane.
He is, yeah. Is he a top 5 pick right now for you?
It's going to be tough to justify a top 5 pick because he's a tight end, and we've seen one tight end taken in the top 5.
Wasn't it Tony? No, I don't think Tony was taken later. Who was it?
Kyle Pitts. And we're seeing how that's happening.
Oh, yeah.
So,
wow.
I don't know how much teams are going to be trying to take a tight end in the top, especially with all the quarterback talent in this class.
Yeah. I
think he might fall, but overall, just in the general landscape of college players, he might be the best.
I think if they remain healthy, I think we can consistently put 1 and 2 is Caleb Williams and Mace J. Or 1 and 2 right now.
Yeah.
So everything after that kind of just depends on the rest of it.
It depends what you like.
No, I guess it kind of depends on what you need.
Yeah.
I think those are the only 2 that are like, oh, these guys are locked in. These guys are the best 2 players.
Yeah.
In the draft. But yeah, I think Brock Bowers can make a case.
That boy is.
He's balling right now.
He's crazy.
Balling his ass off. Yeah. But we can get Kentucky improves to 5-0. Are they any type of threat?
I didn't think so. We both thought that Florida was going to come in here, get a win that they need, just got re-ranked, and they didn't get it done. And I guess that says more about Kentucky. Yeah. They're looking to be a pretty good team. They beat
them in pretty conviction fashion.
Haven't lost yet, which is good for them. Haven't seen them against too tough competition like a Bama or a Georgia yet, but, beating Florida is always good. Yeah. So I don't know how high this team can go. I don't think it can go super, super high. Like, I don't think they're going to have like a New Year's 6 bowl, but, they could end the season like top 15 maybe. I don't know if it's too early to say that, but
I don't know, man. Ramon Davis looked 26 rushes for 280 yards and 3 touchdowns. That was ridiculous.
Oh, he's crazy.
Yeah, we was talking about the Florida running backs, and he just said, "Nah, I'm that guy. I'm him."
Yeah, you love your little Trevor Etienne action. And he said,
"I love it. I love him. Yeah. I love him and his brother Travis. Those are the boys for me."
Yeah, but
yeah, I mean, like I said, good win for Kentucky. Florida was looking pretty good after beating Tennessee, so don't know what's next for them in the season or whatever.
Yeah, they definitely have to bounce back, or they're going to be in a terrible just bounce, like where they're win a good game, lose a bad game, win a good game, lose a bad game type of thing.
Win a game that they're not supposed to win and lose a game that they're supposed to win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But we can get into the next game. Colorado. This is one of the weirdest games actually of the weekend. Colorado loses to USC, but I guess the storyline of the game was, Colorado had resiliency and Shadur looked like that guy, and they came all the way back because the game was basically over at halftime.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I checked the score at halftime. I was like, this game's cooked.
It's over.
I thought that was going to be similar to Oregon. I was like, it's not going to be close.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, Colorado just starts putting the points on. Mm-hmm. And I think the most important part is they stuck to their game plan. They didn't start passing it like crazy. They stuck to running the ball. Mm-hmm. And, USC with their defense just didn't know what to do.
I think what disappointed me about USC is that they passed way too much. Like, you were up. There's no reason why Caleb Williams should have almost as many pass attempts as Shadur when Shadur was playing down the entirety of the game.
Maybe they're trying to stat pad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I understand you want to get him that Heisman Trophy, but like I think we can both agree he's the consensus front runner right now.
I mean, nationally, yes, but I still have my pick. That boy in Washington.
Yeah, all right. But I have Caleb Williams right now as the number 1 guy. So I think like those are games that you really don't want to pass them too much because Colorado's not a terrible team. Like they've shown they can win games.
No,
they have a lot of talent over there.
Yeah, but they also didn't show that they could do it against like real quality teams. And
I mean, and also USC, we can agree USC's defense is very questionable.
they are always really questionable. That's
Yeah.
the problem with USC almost every year. Their offense will do its thing.
Yeah.
They have a maybe back-to-back Heisman winner here.
Yeah.
And their defense is just getting just shit on, it feels like.
Yeah, that's my problem though. Like if you don't have an insane defense, why are you still passing at that point?
Well, the running game, I guess, wasn't going for them. And once it feels like some teams fall into the trap of if they have a good quarterback, they just want to give them the ball as much as possible. You know, winners win. And I mean, they did win the game. So it's not like that decision lost them the game, but it felt like they were like in basketball where you always just pass to your best player, just put the ball in your best skill maker's hands, type of thing.
I mean, do you see any moral victory? Because they talked a lot about moral victory after the game.
No, I mean, as a fan, you could think about it. Like if you go to Colorado and you're like, oh, we almost came back on supposedly title contenders. But as a player, moral victories just never work. You want to win the game. And especially if you're like the son of Deion Sanders, the intensity brings and all that stuff. Yeah. They're not thinking about, oh, well, we almost beat this team. No, they started out 3-0, got ranked. They don't give a shit about moral victories.
What pisses me off about these new Colorado fans is that every time they lose, they bring up, well, we were 1-11 last season. Like, stop acting like you guys didn't get a whole bunch of great transfers this year.
Yeah, no,
you got Deion.
It's not even the same team at all.
Yeah, like, bro, like you can't keep using that as a crutch when you guys lose to great teams.
Yeah.
You guys kept saying that, do we believe? Well, you guys just lost back-to-back, so I don't know if we
believe you can lose.
Yeah, we believe in it right now that you can lose. You guys look very beatable. And I even said it after the Colorado State game that I don't see them coming out of that 2-game stretch with wins.
No, this was very easy to predict, I feel like.
Yeah, and then we even predicted that USC was they're going to put a pretty big point total.
Yeah, but Colorado. I was shocked that they let them back into it.
I was too.
And, USC got moved down in the rankings again. That's funny. They started in the top 4, top 5, I think, in the AP polls. They haven't lost, and they just keep moving down because these boys have not beat anyone
convincingly.
They
haven't beaten down anybody.
Or if they're playing a good team, they don't beat them convincingly. And when they're playing a bad team, it's like, well, you're playing a bad team. You're not really showing us much.
Yeah, I think they do need a decisive win against a good team to move up for sure.
I would definitely be willing to put them on fraud watch.
Is that coming from a UCLA fan?
That's coming from a college football fan who sees this team play every year.
Okay.
Look at their defense.
Yeah.
It happened last year. They lost to Tulane.
Yeah.
They have all the offensive talent you could ever want. Mm-hmm. Jordan Addison they added last year. It's just
Mario Williams,
yeah. I don't know how much more they need. They have like every top prospect, it feels like. They got Lincoln Riley doing his thing out there.
Yeah.
And this was supposed to be the year, They have the best quarterback in the country.
Yep.
And they're barely scraping by. So when it comes to playing the big dogs, it's concerning for them.
Yeah, but I mean, I think when you're playing good teams like this, like in the playoffs, you're gonna have to win games kind of like this that are close. So it's good to show that they can, I guess, come through with a.
I mean, but it's also like you also want to win these games and to put to the point where they're not close.
Yeah, kind of what Oregon did to them.
Yeah,
just beat them down. But yeah, it was a good one for USC, I guess. We get up to the NFL. The Lions beat down the Packers.
Yeah, surprising for both of us, I think.
Yeah,
we both thought that the Packers were going to win that game.
Packers, yep.
But maybe the Lions are finally, proven to us. We've been saying this every week. Show us that you are the NFC North champions that everyone thought you could be.
They're taking it.
And they're doing that.
They're taking it.
And good for them.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks, I have been high on the Packers this year.
I've been too.
But they just did not look like they had in them. I mean, they've got a bunch of injuries, which is unfortunate, but the Lions are a good team. And, good teams do, they win. So,
yeah, for me, like the Lions definitely needed this win to take the division. Because, I think the Packers, I think we both can agree the Packers are the only threat right now in the NFC North.
Yeah, definitely.
The Bears are garbage and the Vikings are
garbage.
Even though they beat us, I'm not going to give them anything. They beat us and we're not good, and that was still close. So I'm gonna give them their garbage too. So, but for some reason it's weird though because the Lions seem to always have like a running back, kind of. I don't want to say come out of nowhere, but have a pretty good season for them. Like last year it was Jamal, and now it's David.
Well, I think it's just the way they use them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that David Montgomery isn't great. I mean, he's had good seasons
He's had a
before.
season for the Bears. Yeah, he was playing pretty good.
But I think they're just scheming him pretty well, which helps. And I don't know when they're going to get Jahmyr Gibbs involved. Maybe later in the season.
32 rushes.
I just think they're trusting him to carry the load now. Maybe they're trying to save Jahmyr for, the back end of the season.
Yeah.
Which maybe that is a smart idea.
That is smart.
But maybe they're also not, and they just don't like using him as much as David Montgomery.
Yeah, I mean, of course, like, you need a kettlebell. That's when you get the majority of the carries.
Yeah.
And, I think Jahmyr is really good where he's at right now. Use him as a gadget guy. If you need to get him in the open in space, let him run, let him do his thing. But, yeah, I mean, there's nothing that's showing you right now that David Montgomery shouldn't be the starting back and getting the majority of the carries because he's playing really well. And Amon-Ra had a pretty good game, too.
Yeah. I mean, 3.8 yards per carry isn't anything crazy.
Yeah.
And Jahmyr Gibbs is averaging, 5 yards. So it's there is a point where it's I think Jahmyr is better than David Montgomery, even though he's only played 4 games.
Okay.
I think he is better. He's just not really being given the opportunities to. And so maybe later in the year we'll finally be able to see him pass him.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, because, very talented rookie coming out of the draft. So, you definitely want to see him get those carries like B-John's getting right now.
Yeah.
For sure. The Jaguars finally, and I say this again, finally look good again.
I don't even look good or looked fine.
They looked good. I want to say that simply because their defense looked a lot better. They put pressure on Desmond Ridder from the jump. Made him make a lot of mistakes. Trevor didn't look great, I guess you could say, but their defense looked better. They shut out the Falcons. I mean, they didn't shut out the Falcons, but they held them to 1 touchdown, which is really good.
Yeah, they're getting back to at least a little bit towards the level that they're supposed to be at.
Yeah.
I mean, these are the games they need to be winning.
Yeah, it's a good start.
So it's good that they win them, but it's kind of concerning that it's taking them this long to finally get back up to there. So, I mean, I'm not too impressed by this win.
Yeah.
They only scored 3 touchdowns against this Falcons team.
Yeah.
So I think they need one of those games where it's show me everything you got type of thing.
Put one on them.
Exactly. And then I'll be fully roped back in. But right now, I'm losing my faith in them every day. And this win's a good win for them, but it's nothing special.
Yeah.
It's the Falcons. I thought the Falcons were a fine team, but they're nothing we beat them by 2 touchdowns. We are so good,
Yeah. I mean, I think we both, thought it was between, the Falcons and the Bucs for that division. The Saints kind of took a step back since, Derek. But yeah, it's a good one for the Jaguars. Their defense, like I said, looked better than it did and has previous, weeks. So
yeah, I think
it's a good step. It's a good stepping stone.
Yeah, it's definitely important for them to at least get this over, though.
Yeah, it's a good one to get. The Rams beat the Colts in overtime. I'm on the Puka bandwagon right now, man, and he's just proving me right every single game, man. He's proving me right, man. Matthew Stafford's putting on a legacy season right now, man.
Yeah, that boy cannot be stopped. I thought the first game was just a fluke, and I didn't see much out of it. Fluka Nacua.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Fluka Nacua.
Oh, man. I'm on a roll right now.
Crazy.
But, clearly I've been proved wrong. Yeah. He's 4 games in now. It's broken the record for most receptions through players' first 4 games. Yeah. I'm seeing some people say that this season, right, that's Puka's having right now, is proving that Cooper Kupp's Triple Crown season is fraudulent. Or is not fraudulent, but Mickey Mouse type of thing, where maybe Puka's going to get the Triple Crown now.
Okay, so who you putting the credit on? You putting it on Sean or you putting it on Matthew?
I think it's a combination of both.
Okay.
I think Stafford is good enough to see out Sean's vision.
Yeah.
And so I think it's mostly Sean, but you obviously need a good enough quarterback like Matthew Stafford to get it done.
Yeah.
I don't think Jared Goff would have been able to get this type of production out of Puka Nacua.
Yeah, I mean, Puka looks really well. Kyron ran the ball really well. It was a good win. That walk-off touchdown was amazing, though. Yeah. I was it was hype, man. It was hype. I had some friends that are LA Rams fans that were at the game, and they was talking about how hype it, well, of course, as hype it could get because, is the Colts at home. But, I don't know, man. The Colts looked really good. They were they were beating down the Rams to begin with, and they blew a lead. So, Anthony Richardson continues to look good, though.
Yeah, your favorite quarterback out of the draft.
Yeah, but CJ's starting to grow on me. We all saw the press conference.
Oh, yeah.
If they beat down the Steelers. So, I'm kind of conflicted a little bit right now. It's not, we're not going to get into him right now. But yeah.
It's not Bryce.
It's, God. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good win for the Rams. The Ravens, I think they're doing America a favor and stomping out the Browns.
Yes, sir.
Please, man.
Although, I'm a little conflicted on that because Deshaun Watson is out. My second sweet prince of the NFL, DTR, got a start.
DTR.
Unfortunately, didn't have the greatest game. It's first game. He only knew he was starting like 20 minutes before he officially got to start. So
last excuse.
That's a valid excuse for a rookie quarterback. Okay,
0-3, man.
He's a fifth rounder. I'm gonna give him some time to cook. Okay, it's not like he's being mentored behind some great stand-up quarterback. We know that for sure. So it is unfortunate, though. He didn't have an amazing game.
He didn't.
And hopefully he can bounce back. But 3 points is rough. And giving up 28 to the Ravens is also a little surprising for that defense.
Mm-hmm.
The Ravens are missing a lot of key pieces. It's kind of like the Lamar show just going on over there.
It really is.
And this Browns team had only given up like 400 yards total.
They were the best defense coming in. The best defense.
I don't think that was crazy to say coming in, but,
I mean, look at the offense they were playing, though. Joe Burrow made the Titans defense look amazing, and, Steelers are very questionable. And what's they playing?
Titans.
The Titans. Yeah, the Titans.
Yeah, they weren't playing great teams, but, they were still putting up great numbers against them.
Yeah, but, I'm talking about, the defense side of the football.
Well, I know.
They weren't playing against great offenses.
They weren't playing against great offenses, but they made sure that those offenses looked as bad as they are.
Yeah.
It's very easy for teams to let bad offenses look better than they actually are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good one for the Ravens, though. I mean, yeah. I definitely wanted to see more out of DTR, but, like you said, this is his first start going against a really good defense in the Ravens. So, we'll get to see more out of him. Hopefully he can get some more reps because, is Deshaun out for any more weeks?
I don't think so because there's more of a game time decision to get him to sit. So
I think if they can get him to play next week, they're going to get him to play next week after this loss.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is tough, but.
Do you want to talk about the Vikings and the Panthers? Because I don't.
Hey, I'm not the Panthers fan here.
I don't. I'm sorry. It's just. We're about to go up 2 possessions, and Bryce fumbles the ball, and it just stumbles down here after that. I don't know how to feel about him right now. I don't.
I dislike all this hate you have for him. It feels like
I don't have hate for him. I think my expectations were too high.
That's definitely what it is.
And then, of course, Miles Sanders looks very underwhelming. And I even told you he was a product of that Eagles line. And I'm just going to be the same thing.
Of course he was, though.
It's going to be the same thing for Swift, by the way. Because,
all 3 of those running backs over there, Gainwell.
It's making me mad because, we paid him just based off that. And I'm like, bro, he could be good. But let's be honest. He's not.
I wasn't expecting it.
I wasn't, yeah. He's not. I think he's a product of the Eagles line.
I mean, a lot of pieces on that team are a product of that offensive line.
I'm not going to talk about, but yeah, number 1 over there is a product of that Eagles line. But we'll get into that.
Okay.
We'll get into that in a second.
Okay.
Yeah, Bryce, average, but yeah, when we're about to go up 2 scores, we had a pace. We had a scoop and score for 7. You can't fumble the ball there. Rookie mistakes, I guess.
All right, so I asked this before. Go back to draft day. You are the Panthers GM. You have the first overall pick. What do you do?
I want A-Rich.
Really? You want Anthony Richardson over C.J. Stroud?
Yeah. I want Anthony Richardson.
C.J. Stroud is about to break the record for most yards by a rookie.
That interception. You know me, man. It gives me Cam Newton flashback. So of course I'm going to go for him. Yeah, I'm going to go for him.
Going the little homer pick. Oh.
Yeah, it's all I've known. Cam Newton. So it'd be nice to get Anthony Richardson behind him.
Okay.
It would have been.
I just don't like that you're not giving up, but losing faith in him so quickly.
I'm not losing faith in Bryce Young, but it's just hard to see when Anthony Richardson and CJ Stroud are playing so freaking well right now.
Think about this. A couple years ago, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Tua, all taken top 6. 2 of them looks great out the window. I guess Joe got hurt.
Yeah, Joe got hurt.
But he looked good in his official rookie season, I guess.
But see, here's the problem, though. Burrow and Herbert both have weapons. CJ and Anthony Richardson don't have any crazy weapons. They're still playing well. Bryce doesn't have any weapons, and he's playing pedestrian. He's playing pedestrian, though. Pretty average.
Okay.
He's playing average, man.
I don't know. Tank Dell's kind of crazy.
Oh God. Yeah. I mean, Tank Dell's playing pretty well though.
He
But
is.
I think I'm gonna give the credit to CJ Stroud though.
All right.
Yeah, CJ Stroud. Yeah. Right now, I mean, I think it's up in the air. I think Anthony Richardson lost a pretty bad game.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
it's a tough
but
one to lose.
I think it's up in there. Who's the best quarterback right now for those two? I think it's those two.
I think it's clearly CJ Stroud, but
Clearly,
this boy's putting up Justin Herbert rookie numbers.
Hey, Rich had 3 touchdowns yesterday.
Okay.
3.
I know. I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, CJ Stroud's balling though, like balling.
Yeah.
Especially against the Steelers defense, is not easy to play against. He's balling.
Yeah, exactly. I just like CJ more than Anthony Richardson, I
Okay.
guess. I'm more biased.
I might have to follow you here.
Oh.
I might have to follow you here. They look really good. They beat down the Jags, and they beat the Steelers at home. So
CJ Stroud is kind of crazy.
he's cooking. I said it was either Bryce or CJ. I was torn on the decision, but I mean, I'm not going to give up on Bryce just yet. Contrary to what you might believe, I'm not
Okay.
giving up on him just yet.
Good for you.
I think we're going to need to get him. Like I said, I think CJ or A-Rich could have thrived more right now. I think Bryce, you're going to have to give him some more pieces and a better offensive line for him to start seeing what he really can do.
Definitely a good day, or almost really good day for Ohio State quarterbacks, though. The Bears game, that is...
We'll get into that in a sec. The Titans, dominate the Bengals.
I don't understand this Titans team.
I don't either.
1 week, they beat the Chargers
Yeah.
in overtime. The next week, they scored 3 points against the Browns.
Yeah.
And then the next week, they hold the Bengals to 3 points.
They destroy them.
This team needs to make up its goddamn mind.
Well, I think Derek Henry was listening to our podcast because he said he woke back up. he woke up and said, you know what? You guys, I was listening to the J&D podcast. And they were talking crap about me, saying I was on the downhill. And you know what? Let me just wake up and just destroy the Bengals really quick. Let me just get right,
Well, Joe Burrow is once again playing like he's hurt and playing like he's bad.
You saw the comments about Jamar Chase yesterday?
I don't know.
I'm
I don't know what
freaking
to
open.
make about that.
I'm open.
I don't know what to make out of that.
I'm open.
Honestly.
He said he's open. He said what he needed to say. He's open.
Okay, but wide receivers are one of those positions where they can be open, but the scheme just, they can't get the ball to them in that play type of thing.
Actually, it's funny. I was at Subway last night and I was talking to a Bengals fan. I was asking him, how you feeling? He was like, I mean, he's not really, Burrow can do when they can't protect him. Of course, he's playing hurt too, so.
I don't like that excuse.
I mean, yeah, but
good quarterbacks powered through.
Justin
Herbert powered through.
We all know how much a cap means to a quarterback. You have to, drop back. You have to plan on it to throw. We know how.
If you got a cast, or a model of ribs, right? And then filled that with Jell-O.
Okay.
That's what Justin Herbert was cooking with last season. Okay?
But
And
he
the
was
ribs
healthy.
He had his ribs. No, he was not healthy.
Okay. Oh wow, he can't breathe. But he can't plant on his leg, man. What do you want him to do? And then his line can't protect him.
That's why you take Penei Sewell instead of Jamar Chase.
Relax. Jamar Chase is really good. But
yeah, I know he is good.
I definitely did say that they should have took other positions over Jamar Chase, but I mean, they went to the Super Bowl.
Wrong.
Yeah, they went to the Super Bowl. You really can't, I guess, blame them.
No.
I guess, but yeah, right now it's definitely starting to look pretty bad for Joe because right now you need a line to protect you and you need to be able to run the football. They can't do neither. So
I mean, 20 passes and only getting 165 yards is not what you want to see.
he's dinking and dunking, and we know the Bengals offense is high flying. They give big plays, and
they're just not getting it going.
Is it okay? Do you think it's either the fact that he can't make the throw because of his leg, or do you think it's the fact that they can't protect him?
I think it's the fact that he's bad.
This coming from a Herbert fan is pretty insane.
You're not going to try to talk about like that.
Joe Burrow still clears.
I think it's a little bit of an injury, but
Joe Burrow healthy doesn't clear Justin Herbert. Let's have the conversation.
We'll see what happens this year.
He's not healthy. That's why
he's going to be hurt all year.
I don't know because he's like I said, he's taking a lot of punishment. Laying on that leg. Somebody can easily land on the leg too.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's gonna be healthy. I think they can start running the football though, and take the pressure off him. He can get healthier.
Okay, but I want you to remind me who Joe Burrow has on offense real quick.
You're not okay, but he's hurt. They cannot protect him.
Yeah.
What do you want him to do?
Justin Herbert had no offensive line or weapons.
He doesn't have Rashawn Slater. He doesn't have Corey Linsley.
Yeah, both of them were hurt last year.
Hey man.
And they're hurt now.
He's not. He was not hurt though. The only thing that was hurt.
Corey Linsley's on the IL now. that's a topic when we get to the Chargers.
Okay, but you did not answer my question. Who is better healthy?
I would take Justin Herbert.
Stop it.
No, I'm just saying I would take him. I'm not going to say he's better.
Just on Justin Herbert like 2 episodes ago, going crazy on him, saying he doesn't have the killer instinct.
Yeah, and then my third eye got opened.
Oh, okay. I forgot your bias. Okay. Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, okay.
What do you want me to do about it?
At least you can openly admit it, for sure. I'm taking Joe Burrow healthy over Justin Herbert healthy. So, all I know is Justin Herbert. All I know is Joe Burrow is not blowing a 27-0 lead, but that's a topic.
We don't know. Maybe he is.
That's a topic for a different day.
He blew the Super Bowl. He blew the Super Bowl.
He blew it against one of the greatest defensive players of all time.
Oh my goodness!
And again, they cannot protect him. What do you want him to do?
Be better with a bad line.
Be better.
Justin Herbert's had a bad line, and he's had to deal with it. Patrick Mahomes has had to deal with a bad line.
What has he dealt with it and done what? And when Patrick Mahomes had a bad line, guess what? They lost.
Do you think his offensive line was great when they won the Super Bowl?
The first time, yeah. They had Schwartz was all pro that year. And Eric Fisher wasn't bad. He was pedestrian. He was all right, I guess. You could shift the line. Like I said, you could leave Schwartz on a 1v1 and shift the protection towards Fisher's side.
At the end of the day, Tyrod Taylor is better. That's my boy.
We're gonna move on. Okay. The Bucs convincingly beat the Saints.
I think that was expected.
I think that was expected too.
Yeah, I've not had faith in the Saints team throughout the entire year, regardless who their quarterback is. Derek Carr or Famous Jameis. But this Bucs team is looking like they're not bad.
It's surprising us.
Their loss against the Eagles stings, but they bounce back in a good way, get a good divisional win. Just assert themselves as, we're going to run the NFC South this year.
Yeah.
And so, they're looking like, I don't know if they're going to make much noise in the playoffs, but, they're not going to be a team that's just like, oh, it's the NFC South winner. It doesn't really matter. One team has to win that division type of thing.
Yeah.
I think they're going to deserve to win the division, and, they could win a playoff game, maybe.
I think they're the best team in that division for sure. They're playing pretty well. Baker Mayfield's looking pretty good. As advertised. I even said though coming onto the podcast that he has a pretty good line and he does pretty well behind good lines. So
true.
I think I thought he wasn't gonna be bad. And Mike Evans is balling. Chris Godwin looked back to form yesterday. So yeah, it's a really good win for them. Definitely underwhelming for the Saints. 2 bad losses, I guess.
Yeah, I think that it's just I'm not gonna say coming back down to earth because they were never really that far up.
Yeah.
But, we're kind of seeing them for, what team they really are. And that's a mediocre team.
They barely beat the Panthers, and they barely beat my Panthers, and they barely beat the Titans. So
exactly. They're not anything special.
Yeah. Well, we did rave about this team a lot last episode. Yeah, they got a taste of their own medicine yesterday. Bills beat them down badly. Now, key thing to take away, though, is Tre'Davious White.
Oh, man.
Should he retire?
Okay. I'm not going to say he should retire.
He's out every year, and it's always a non-contact injury. Either he has the worst luck in the world, or...
Klay Thompson tore his ACL and then Achilles back-to-back, and he didn't retire.
That was okay. That was essential equivalent to one season.
What do you mean?
Because he tore it in the finals, right? And then he tore it in the off season. So it's not like he played another season. It's not like he's had multiple seasons where he's just been out. He just missed it in the off season. He was rehabbing and a bad thing happened. Like with Tre'Davious White he's been out almost every single one of the runs, and it's always with an injury.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say he should retire. He should keep going until he feels like he can't. Maybe he does retire because he feels like his body just keeps failing him, but it's not for me to decide when his body is done. Maybe he just needs to take some ivermectin, get on that Aaron Rodgers routine.
Hey, Tyreek, man, I need you to wake up, man. We was ranting raving about you, best receiver in the league last week. Stephon Diggs kind of showed you up, buddy.
Stephon Diggs is pretty good, too.
Showed you up, man.
There are weeks where Stephon Diggs is the best receiver in the league.
Dominated Kahu. Dominated him. Like it was beating him down.
Yeah. I'm very disappointed in the Dolphins for losing this game, especially the way they did. They got blown out.
Yeah.
You can't win a game 70-20.
Yeah, and
then lose by 28.
Beat down by 28. Yeah.
Yes, the Bills are a really good team.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to say we are Super Bowl contenders, this is not a good look on you. I don't think it takes them out of that conversation yet.
I don't either.
It's just one loss against a good team, but it's definitely something to say. I don't think these guys are, at their best yet.
Makes me so angry because Josh Allen looks great. Like, yeah, he did yesterday. Then he's going to give you a performance. Like, it's going to just disappoint you, man. Like, he looked amazing yesterday. Like, the Dolphins couldn't do nothing with him.
Yeah.
They couldn't do nothing with him. Like, and then he's going to turn right around in Josh Allen fashion and then give you.
So you're just waiting to get hurt is what you're saying.
No, not get hurt. I'm just saying you're waiting for him to give you a bad game like he did against the Jets.
Okay, but
he's going to give you another one of those.
Yeah,
maybe 2, maybe 3. But he's going to lose you the game by himself.
But as long as it doesn't happen in the playoffs.
Yeah. He almost lost in the game last year against the Dolphins. They had 2 last year. They beat the Bills in the playoffs because, I mean, it was, Skylar Thompson? Yeah. But, bad loss for the Dolphins for sure. We definitely ran into the Ravens on them. We're not going to go too crazy on them because, Teron Armstead did get hurt, and they couldn't protect Tua.
Yeah, but he's been hurt on and off this entire year.
Yeah.
So that's probably just going to be a problem that is throughout the entire season for them.
But also typically they could protect Tua a lot more than they did yesterday, and Tua was basically essentially on his back.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate for him. But, they had Jalen Waddle back. It's one of those games where I want to see him at least put up a bigger fight.
I do too.
Just not a good look for them, I'd say.
Like, they lost, maybe 40 to 48 or, 30 to 4.
It feels like 28-14, something like that.
Something there.
But not by, don't lose by 28 points.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Man, the Dolphins are down. The Broncos are up. Broncos country, let's ride.
Let's ride.
Back against the Bears, 21 points in the fourth quarter.
Go.
21-point comeback in the fourth quarter. Russ did his thing yesterday. I feel bad for Bears fans because, they were so, oh, man, Justin Fields here, man. Justin Fields is him. And then, the fourth quarter started, and it was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is about to be an all-time day for Ohio State quarterbacks. C.J. Stroud's going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Fields finally get the first win. Yeah. And then you could not write it up better for the Bears. Mm-hmm. They do their thing, and that thing is not doing anything.
And sail. And
it's getting ran over pretty much. So
it's sad because Justin Fields had a pretty good game.
He did, but the second he made one mistake, the team takes the ball away from him. And, you wonder why these young quarterbacks have, such, confidence issues. It's because if they make the one mistake, then, they feel like they're not going to get the ball. And that's why some teams just let the quarterbacks play through it, Yeah. But Matt Eberflus is saying no. You have to be perfect, which I think is really not a good sentiment.
They don't have the team where he has.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, where you need him to be, my thing is right. You want him to be perfect, but Justin Fields is not a perfect quarterback yet. I don't think he's close right now. But
yeah,
you can't expect that out of him, man. It's not,
No, I think he should be given, a longer leash, and just more stuff to cook with. I don't like their play calling a lot of the time.
I don't either.
But it is unfortunate. One of his weapons is on some weird trip right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Chase Claypool.
I don't either, man. I don't know what he's doing right now.
We get told that he decided to stay home, and then we get told that they told him to stay home.
Yeah.
And now he's being told to stay home in the preparation coming up to their next game. I mean, he seems like he's going to be gone from the team, it seems like.
Yeah. I think he, I was hearing rumors that he probably is going to, I think they said he might sign with the Chiefs.
If he gets cut or traded?
Cut, yeah. I think he'll get cut for sure.
I mean, yeah, but it's probably going to be another Kadarius Toney situation with the Chiefs. They try to rescue these, had potential receivers, but I just don't see his love for the game. He plays lazy now.
Yeah.
But
I think if there's anybody that can, I guess you say, motivate him playing next to, I think he's Travis Kelce. So.
Yeah, I guess, maybe.
And Taylor Swift again, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But
I'll get the boys rally.
The Eagles barely beat the Commanders. I'm going to say it was a catch. For all the Commanders fans, I'm going to ride with you guys here, man. Terry McLaurin made that catch. He was in bounds. Hey, lucky, man. His forearm saved him. His forearm.
Yeah.
Saved the Eagles, man, from losing that game.
Yeah. These Eagles refuse to win a game in convincing fashion.
And it makes me so mad because it was a fourth and 1 or 2. And they went for the freaking push, man. I'm like, can y'all stop doing
you're not a fan
that?
of the push?
It's not cool. It's corny. I'm sorry. Oh, man. Well, you know what? Jalen Hurts can't do anything else, so let's just push him forward for 30 yards.
Can
we ban that, NFL, please?
I don't hate it as much as everyone else does.
I hate it.
Think about this. If it was such a good play, why doesn't every other team run it?
Because every other team doesn't have the Eagles' offensive line.
All right. That's not the Eagles' fault, though.
All I'm going to say is you say it now until they're facing the Chargers and you guys need to stop on 4th and 1 and they push them.
No, I'll totally accept it. I will totally accept it.
I wouldn't.
If you build a team good enough, you should be able to scheme them to have that kind of play.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's corny. Jalen Hurts didn't have the best game. He looked like he was trying to sell them down. He had the intentional grounding. They got in the field goal range though. Made a pretty good throw. Got him in the field goal range, and Elliott looks like the best kicker in the league right now. So he makes.
I love Jake Elliott.
I do too, actually.
I've been like fantasy his rookie year. That boy he's been good his entire career. It feels like.
I feel bad because AJ Brown almost sold them the game because he dominated. I don't even remember the quarterback's name, but dominated him on one drive, and then gets a taunting penalty in the end zone, and Sam Howell puts together a drive, man.
Sam Howell.
I'm high on Sam Howell.
I love me some Sam Howell.
I'm high on Sam Howell, man.
Yes.
Looking really good. That was a really good drive, to tie it up and overtime. A little bit unlucky. He made a really good throw under pressure to Terry McLaurin again. I thought it was a catch, but, to each their own, I guess. It's the Eagles, so they're going to give it to them.
Yeah, it's unfortunate the game comes down to,
controversial stuff.
Yeah, but I like that they stayed in it a lot more than they did with the Bills.
Yeah.
And this Eagles team, I've seen their fans. They're like one of the least happy 4-0 teams.
They're not because they continue to struggle with bad teams and they're not barely beating them.
Yeah,
the Commanders could have easily won that game.
Yeah,
they not like they were stopping them. The Commanders just got unlucky, I guess.
Yeah, this team is definitely. They need to get like a cold bucket of water poured over them and like come back to reality or something.
Yeah,
they need to just get it together because they're gonna start losing these games.
Yeah,
it's bound to happen.
It's really bound to happen. You keep playing around with fire, and Jalen Hurts continues to look like he's come back down to earth.
It'll bite him. It'll bite him for sure.
It's gonna bite him for sure. Come down the stretch. Your Chargers beat the Raiders.
Heyo.
Are you happy about that win?
No,
because Aiden O'Connell had a chance to win the game, and
he didn't have a chance to win. He had a chance to tie it.
Okay. But I think if they get the touchdown, I don't think you gotta stop them because they look really good on that drive.
I am less happy because our entire team is injured.
Yeah,
I could name you all of our players, and you would say, "Oh, I would love that player on my team if they weren't hurt." Mike Williams is hurt. Yeah. Corey Linsley is hurt.
Yeah.
Derwin James, Joey Bosa, all hurt. Austin Eckler hurt. This team refuses to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Whoever our strength and conditioning coaches, whoever our team doctors are, need to be tried for their crimes against medicine. I don't know what kind of malpractice they're doing over there, but
so you're blaming it on the trainers.
At a certain point, you have to.
Yeah.
Or I guess we're one of those teams just cursed with injuries.
I think because you could say the same thing about the Ravens every year.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, has that trainer ever been fired?
I don't know. I don't think we figure that stuff out. I don't think that stuff goes public.
Yeah. I think it's like, I'm just chalking up to bad luck. This Herbert looked really good yesterday.
Bad luck, but it's all of our best players.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm just going to chalk it up to bad luck,
Yeah.
I gotta say if you're losing pieces, but when you lose all your best players.
It's really unfortunate. And it's because they're all getting paid so much money. We're in cap hell right now for next year. And if these players can't stay healthy, then why do you even want to keep them type of thing? But speaking about the game specifically, first half, we looked great. And then the same thing that happened all the time last year. 0 points in the second half.
Yep.
I know Justin Herbert had a little boo-boo on his little left hand. I kiss it, make it feel all better, all that stuff. I'll do whatever it takes to make him feel fine.
Yeah.
As long as we have Justin Herbert, we have a chance of winning.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about this team. But our ceiling's only so high with everyone else hurt. But it's just terrible seeing our offense just stop working in the second half. It's really frustrating. And it's one of those things like with the Eagles. You're going to get caught up.
Yep.
You can't score in the second half. The other team will catch up to you.
Well, the difference between you guys and the Eagles is that it has caught y'all. It just hasn't caught the Eagles yet.
Yes.
Yeah. The Eagles have found a way to pull out games. So,
yeah,
like you said, it would definitely catch you guys, though. You can't, you definitely don't want to go scoreless in the second half against any team.
Especially against the Raiders.
Yeah, especially against the Raiders, Like I said, they had a drive to tie it up,
Yeah.
They were driving. They had Aiden O'Connell threw a really good ball to Devontae Adams, got him deep in the red zone. And, he threw a pick to Asante Samuel. So,
that's my boy.
Yeah, man, best corner y'all got, honestly, right now. To be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's not much to talk about, though. I mean, the 49ers dominated the Cardinals. I think we all saw it.
They did their thing.
Do you have, the one thing I do have from that, though, is do you think Christian McCaffrey is the front runner for the MVP right now?
For MVP?
They were saying it, man. They were saying it. It was on Twitter.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
I did. The people saying, like, he's probably the front runner right now. He's like, it's to the point where, like, they're not having to use any of their other weapons because Christian McCaffrey's just like, hey,
It's true.
just give me the ball.
That is true. And I think MVP at this point is kind of just a quarterback award. And J.J. Watt tweeted out saying that when he lost the MVP in like 2013, that he thinks, just on paper, the quarterback is the most valuable player on the field, and that whoever wins it deserves it, type of thing.
But I think besides the quarterback, though, we've seen running backs mostly win it besides quarterback. I think running backs have the second most MVP wins in NFL history, and right now he's looking really well. It's hard as a Carolina fan to see him thriving so well, but I'm happy for him.
Yeah,
I mean, he deserved to get out of there.
If they end up with the best record in the league, win like 15, 14 games, and he's consistently putting up these numbers and doesn't get hurt, that's the big if.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get hurt,
he probably will.
Then there will definitely be conversations about it.
Because Patrick
does not look.
He looked
great.
bad yesterday, and Tua looked bad yesterday.
Yeah, Tyreek or a sleeper.
Tyreek looked bad yesterday.
Yeah,
so right now, if anybody, for me, I think I got Christian McCaffrey in the front runner.
I would not be mad.
I wouldn't be mad either.
It'd be fun.
The Cowboys dominate the Patriots.
Oh my gosh,
that game. It's Cowboy 1-on-1, man. The defense starts putting up points, and so Dak doesn't have to do anything, and we got bad and got out of hand after a while. But Mac Jones, for me, like, it's weird because Mac Jones has a game against the Dolphins and against the Eagles where he looks right down the stretch, and then he comes back and gives you this.
Yeah, I mean, the Dallas Cowboys defense is good. Obviously, they're missing a big piece in Trayvon Diggs.
And
but
Michael Parsons actually hurt his ankle yesterday, so.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, that's questionable. Yeah, he was limping a lot.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
I mean, they still have good pieces, though, outside of that.
Yeah.
But I think it's definitely very disappointing for the Patriots, a team that I have been high on this season, just get whooped by this Cowboys team who is not fully healthy. And I think I saw a stat. This is Bill Belichick's worst loss of his career. It's looking like he is getting towards the end of his career.
I think he's getting towards too. I don't see them winning anything anytime soon. And I think it's the only thing he's coaching for at this point, either for the win total, for the win record, or he's coaching for championships. And I don't think he's going to win championships anytime soon.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. But this Patriots team, I don't know what to think of them anymore.
Yeah, bad loss. Bad loss for them for sure. Again, Mac Jones looked bad. They even took him out and put Bailey Zappi in the game. So, who knows? Who knows where they're going right now? Hopefully they can bounce back next week.
Yeah, but Cowboys, I don't know about this team, man. They're great one week, terrible the next week. It just will never make sense to me.
Hold on real quick. I'm getting a call. Hello. Oh, it's Roger Goodell. My bad. It's Roger Goodell. Hey, Roger. You having a good night? Oh, so you want us to give the Chiefs a call to end the game, to win the game? Oh, but sir, he threw a pick though. Oh, Taylor Swift's in the building? Okay, we'll just give him the call. All right. Man, Roger, what are you doing? What are you doing? It was not defensive holding. It was not. They were hand fighting. What do you want Sauce to do there? I feel for Robert Saleh because Zach Wilson for once, finally looked like an average quarterback, like he was the second pick in the draft, right? And then their defense is balling out, forcing Patrick Mahomes to play terribly, and then they just it makes me so mad, man, because they do this all the time with Mahomes, and I'm getting tired of it. It's corny, Roger. It's corny. You got to stop giving them calls to win games where they should lose. We can both agree that Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, right? But if he's so great, he shouldn't need every call on the planet for him to win games, bro. It was the roughing the passer last year. It was the holding call in the Super Bowl, and it was the holding call now. It's getting old, Roger. I understand you want offense to sell, but you cannot hinder the defense from just. It was a third. Okay. Yeah, 3rd and 22. He gets a run. It was holding on there, but you don't call that, though. They don't call holding on the Chiefs offensive line when he gets that long scramble, right? But they're quick to call it on C.J. Mosley for illegal touching, right? And he gets him the first down. Then they get another long 3rd down. He throws a terrible ball that gets picked off, and the coach like, okay, we're giving Zach Wilson the drive now. Oh, well, let's just give him the call. Let's just give him a holding call. What do you want Sauce to do there? And this is probably a hot take, bro. I don't consider any offense in today's era considered great all time. I don't I don't consider them any of them great. I don't think they're better than the Dolphins of the 80s. I don't think they're better than the 07 Patriots. I don't think they're better than any of those old offenses because you could actually play defense on them, and they were still great. With these, you need every rule in the game for them to look better. It's ridiculous, man. It takes away from the love of the game, man. Because I love the defensive side of the football, and you're hindering them and not letting them be great when you're giving them calls like that, man. You cannot call that. That was hand fighting. They were both physical. And it's sauce. MVS wasn't getting open. It was double coverage. He threw a terrible ball. The ball wasn't even catchable. My bad. You can go.
Wow. I didn't know we had a closet of Jets fan in the building.
I'm not even a Jets fan, man, but I cannot stand them. They've ruined last year's playoffs with that crap, man. And you giving them calls, and it's annoying, man. The roughing the passer, the holding call in the Super Bowl. Stop giving them calls, man. It's getting old. It's getting extremely old, Roger.
I love other people finally hating this much on the Chiefs.
I understand Patrick Mahomes is your golden boy. I understand. He's your cash cow. And you got Taylor Swift in the building. I understand you want the Chiefs to succeed in life, man. I understand it. They're all over social media. They're all over your social media. So we all know that you guys want them to win, right? We all know who your Super Bowl pick is, Roger. For sure. We know who it is. It's the Chiefs. We know. It's the Chiefs and the Eagles because you're finding every single way for them to win. You want them to get back for another Kelsey Bowl. We understand it. But guess what? They shouldn't have won that game. Okay. I'm not going to say they shouldn't have won again because Zach Wilson could have easily gotten stopped. But you should at least give Zach Wilson, Milf Hunter, another drive, man. He was looking good, man. I feel bad for the kid.
I mean, Zach Wilson, I think said it. Finally, first good game it feels like maybe ever. Gets them in the game. Very surprising. I thought it was going to be a blowout.
It was. And then Zach Wilson woke up and said, "Yeah, let me look at it real quick."
But that's just how the apple falls sometimes. I don't think that's the same.
No, it's not. It's not how it performs because they get it every time in big games. They get it every single time, man. When they won the Super Bowl the first time, they actually won that convincingly. I will give them that. They won it convincingly. Jimmy G did sell, but they did win it convincingly, right?
Yeah.
Last year, bro, the roughing the passer, he's out of balance. They call roughing the passer. Okay, they win that game. The Eagles have them caged. They get a stop. You're giving them another chance to get the football, and you call a holding on James Bradbury. Okay, that's debatable. You cannot say that was debatable last night. Sauce Gardner and him are hand fighting. They're both getting physical at the line. From the jump, they're both getting physical. And you called the defensive holding when he throws the pick. They threw it after he threw the pick. They didn't throw it when they were hand fighting, when he was already bagged. They threw it after he threw it the pick. And they said, well, it was already 2 seconds into the play where he would commit the foul. Clearly it wasn't if you didn't throw the flag already, man. Clearly it wasn't. Man, I'm done with this Patrick Mahomes agenda, man. It's getting annoying. All right, let's get into predictions. If I get mad.
Wow.
Yeah. Seahawks, Giants, Monday Night Football. Who do you have?
Neither team. I'm kidding. No, I think the Seahawks pretty easily. The Giants are not a good team.
Yeah, I think the Seahawks win too.
Stinky, gross.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it'll be a good game for the Seahawks to win.
Yeah, I have the Seahawks too. Two really pedestrian, pretty bad Monday and Thursday Night Football.
It feels like it's been like that, though, the past couple weeks.
Yeah, but you got some pretty decent matches that you can at least say, oh, well, I at least want to watch it and see how it goes. With these, you have the Bears and the Commanders.
I've not been a big fan of them having, the multiple Monday night games.
I don't even think so. It's good to see them going back to normal.
I was not liking that at all, so.
I have the Seahawks, too. The Bears versus the Commanders, who do you have on Thursday Night Football?
I see the Commanders putting up.
I do, too.
38.
I see Sam Howell coming out, putting on a show after that loss to the Eagles.
38-11.
38-11. I don't even see the Bears offense getting that many points because
really
they can't protect Justin Fields.
Welcome, hater.
But thank you guys for watching another episode of the J&D Podcast. I do apologize for my rant there, but Roger, you're starting to make me angry, man. It's getting annoying. But thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we love you guys.
Love you guys.